Yeah, man. So we are out here in North Lake, pulling up. We got a couple houses. We just roofed one Friday, and we're throwing on a roof for a neighbor here, and gonna come check out the job.
All right, cool. Let's go.
All right, we're out here, man. Let's check this thing out. I think we started about 7. Not a huge roof, but guys are able to knock it out. 6 hours. They're putting on the final touches right now. Got the guys out here cleaning up, running magnets, making sure there's no nails. And then, like I said, putting on the final touches, then we're out of here. Roof like this, I think this is about 35 squares. I'd say 6-ish hours, 6-8 hours. We tear everything all the way down to the decking on every single roof. So we don't cut any corners, make sure we use best of the best materials, lifetime shingles on everything we do. And then, everything's synthetic and then top of the market.
So we got here about 7:30 this morning, wrapped up around 2 p.m. 35 square roof, beautiful Atlas, pristine, black shadow. It's quite popular this time of year. We also did the neighbor next door. So this gentleman was a byproduct of seeing what kind of craftsmanship we can do and wanting the same for himself. Yeah, let's get Mr. Ashmead out here and talk to him, see what he thinks.
Swat has been fantastic, start to finish, and this is my second house with roof replacement. And
sorry to hear that part.
Well,
welcome to Texas.
No, right? But it's been the best experience in a tough situation, right?
Thank you.
I got a lot of my neighbors have different insurance companies, and they seem to have had really easy paths to approval. My insurance company was not an easy path. State Farm, and Will helped shepherd that along, and it made all the difference.
Well, like I tell people, if it was all easy, I probably wouldn't be in this business. It's hard and it's difficult and it's challenging, but for us, that's what makes it so rewarding. I tell people I've been doing this 25 years, and I was talking about this earlier in the meeting. I said, it's all good when it goes perfect, but when we have the scenarios where the insurance company's giving us pushback, and for you guys, you've hit some challenges and we're able to help you navigate that process and get to the finish line and end up with the reward that we all wanted at the end.
Yeah.
It's nothing but a win for everybody. So I appreciate you hanging in there with us, because I know it can be challenging.
Well, and I want to add that, I love the marketing, the logos and everything. I mean, it's great and everything. It's easy for me to remember, but it does something so much more when I've had different roofers, and it's a truck that's got no name on it, and they're not in uniform or anything like that, and I never remember who passed my roof. They did 10 shingles for me, and I don't even remember who to ask for an invoice. You know what I mean? or who to give repeat business or anything like that. And you guys come up and just in the initial inspection and assessment, I literally had a SWAT team. I had 6 trucks, and there were people from the office. There were different specialists, coming out, and there was somebody for everything. Good. And if one representative didn't know the answer to my question, there was someone on site that did. There was an expert in something, and I felt it was so not overwhelming. It was like concierge roofing. You know what I mean? It was just. I mean, there was nothing that I wanted for it. It was fantastic. Yeah. I knew from the very beginning I was in good hands, and so I appreciated. I appreciate the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate that.
It's a different twist.
Yeah, that's SWAT teams, some maximum security prisons. That's what I did for years, and then I got into the whole roofing business, and when I did, people were like, "What are you going to name it?" It's kind of like a new journey. Everybody's like, I want to go on this journey with you. Like, what's the name of the new kiddo? And I'm like, no, I don't know. And I had wrote down all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I come up with different names, and I said, I don't know. I just kind of keep going back to SWAT, and they're like, well, that's what you used to do. That's pretty cool, but man, that's kind of cheesy. That ain't ever going to work, right? So I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So I thought about it, and they kept giving me a hard time. If they wouldn't have said nothing, I probably would have went with something different. They gave me such a hard time. I'm like, yeah, I'm for sure using it now. And then it's funny, all the marketing people that I've dealt with through the years have come back and said, man, who come up with your brand and your logo? I said, I wish I could take credit for it. I did it, but it wasn't on purpose. It was just kind of like, couldn't think of nothing else, so we'll take a stab at it and make it stand for Severe Weather Assessment Team and see what happens. And I appreciate that, because that, a lot, that's kind of like my baby. A lot went into that branding, and I didn't realize it at the time. And then, through the years, a lot of people have mentioned, they're like, man, your logo is clean, it's easy to remember, it's simple. And I'm like, well, accidents happen sometimes, and it worked out. So I appreciate you saying that. I tell everybody, we're not perfect. We try to do good as we can, because I've been on the other end of the spectrum. Several years ago, I had to file a claim on my personal property. My truck had 6,000 miles. It got destroyed. My house got destroyed. We had baseball size hail. And the first time in my career since I've been doing this, I had to deal with it. I had dealt with it years ago, and that's what kind of initialized my beginning in this business, because I was like, man, this can't be this hard. This is, and then I started going to battle with the insurance companies, and I realized early on that, well, this is about roofing, but there's so much more to it, and it's the battling with the insurance company. They don't make the process easy, and unfortunately, we don't have the power that they do, so we can't go in and say, let's change this, let's make this a little easier for the consumer, because we want to make it as easy as we can for you guys, but the challenge is they create the rules that we have no control over, and you and I and everyone has to play by their rules, and that can be challenging. And and of course, we knock on your door, you hear about us, and you call our office, and we're dealing with you, but you're like, man, they're telling me one thing. I see these guys on TV, and I feel like I should just say, hey, there's no damage or there's no problem here. Why haven't they contacted me? Well, they take in more money than they pay out. It's a simple business, So we appreciate you staying the course with us, and I know it can be challenging.
No, from after the very first gentleman came up and introduced himself, I kind of did one of those internet searches where they tell you the things to look for when picking a roofer, and you're like, don't pick someone that's seasonal, that's not from your area, and one of the first roofing reps that came by from another company, they were going to replace with a builder grade shingle, and an upgrade to a better shingle was significant money. And it's one of those things, that the internet article said, go with someone who's going to, even if it's, there's not an option,
right.
For a less than high quality shingle, even if it costs you more money, there's not an option for, something that they're going to have to replace again in 2 weeks,
Sure. Yeah.
So,
I tell everybody, I said, look, we not only do what we do good, we make sure our manufacturers do just as good a job. So if we have a problem, all those people and all those relationships of 25 years are coming out here to this job, and we're going to look at it together and say, okay, guys, who's at fault and where's the problem? And whoever's the problem is going to have to pony up and make sure you can get it taken care of. So that's who we are. We stand behind that. So for the next 10 years, it's on me. So if your house leaks, pick up the phone, and you'll remember SWAT now. You said so, and our office is closed.
I've got Will on speed dial now. So yeah, it's my parents, and then it's Will. So
perfect. Hey, you're in the family almost. You're getting close. Well, we appreciate you, and anything you need in the future, call us. Any referrals would be appreciated. Google reviews, all that mean a lot to our business, and we're right around the corner, so give us a shout, and if you're ever having a barbecue, by all means, we look for the invite.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey guys, this is Andrew Dumas. This is SWAT Life.